Everyone, good afternoon all of you. This is Shanti from InfoBuddy and welcome to the daily current affairs session of 9th August 2020. Guys, this session contains 10 important questions. For each question, I will give you 5 seconds to answer. So write down your answers in the comment box. Don't skip the video, watch the entire video. And if you like this session, please do a like. And if you found it's useful, please share it to others. And if you are new to this channel, please subscribe. Click the bell icon to receive all notifications. The topics that are going to be covered in this session are India's first Kisan Rail, Google Classroom and G Suite, National Handloom Day, Food System Vision 2050 FRIES, UPSC, Resolution Framework for COVID-19 related stress, PNB Housing Finance Limited, Future Brand Index 2020, Rashtriya Swachhata Kendra, and TriFed. Coming to the first question of the day, India's first Kisan Rail travelled between which states? Right. Indian Railways has introduced the first Kisan Rail from Devlali to Danapur. Devlali is in Maharashtra and Danapur in Bihar. So, from Maharashtra to Bihar. Option C is the correct answer. The centre had announced plans for starting special parcel trains called Kisan Rail in the budget 2020-21. Kisan Rails are the first ever multi-commodity trains. Earlier, Indian Railways had run single commodity special trains. These trains with refrigerated coaches which help in bringing perishable agricultural products like vegetables, fruits to the market in a short period of a time. This will ensure that agro products reach from one corner to another corner of the country. The Devlali-Danapur train, it is a weekly service and it is expected to reduce transportation cost by 1000 rupees per ton compared with roadways and reduce travel time by around 15 hours. Any farmer or any other interested party can directly book their consignments in trains without any lower limit on the size of the consignment. The consignment can be as small as 50 to 100 kgs. And can be booked from any stopping station to any other stopping station, giving full flexibility. Regarding loss or damage of products for any reason, railways already have a well established claim or compensation system through which the party can get compensation for its losses. So India's first Kisan Rail travelled from Devlali to Danapur. Devlali of Maharashtra to Danapur of Bihar. Option C is the correct answer. Next question. The first ever station to join hands with Google to introduce Google Classroom and G Suite for online school education is? Right. Maharashtra partners with Google to deploy learning tools for online education. So option A, Maharashtra is the correct answer. Considering the shutdown of schools due to the COVID-19 outbreak, the state government of Maharashtra has tied up with technology giant Google to launch online education project for the students in the state. Under the tie-up, students and teachers will get access to Google Classroom and G Suite for education to provide solutions to support remote learning. Maharashtra is the first state in the country to introduce such a project. What are the key features of this Google Classroom and G Suite project? The Google Classroom and G Suite allows interactive sessions which will enable teachers to explain lessons using audio or video presentations. Students can also ask their doubts while sitting at home. Homework and assignments can be uploaded and teachers can check them online. Parents can submit their complaints or suggestions through the system. Around 250 participants can attend at a time in the classroom. The initiative will cover over 1,09,000 government, private, aided and unaided schools and benefit over 22 million students. So 1.09 lakh private, government and aided schools, over 22 million students will benefit under this project. So option A is the correct answer. Next question. The National Handloom Day celebrated in India on? Right. The National Handloom Day is annually observed on 7th August. So option B is the correct answer. The National Handloom Day is observed annually on 7th August in India to honor the handloom weavers in the country and highlight the contribution of handloom industry towards the socio-economic development of the country and increase income of the weavers. 2020 marks as the 6th National Handloom Day. So 2020 is the 6th National Handloom Day. The Union government officially declared August 7th as National Handloom Day in July 2015 to recognize the contribution of India's handloom weavers from Kanjivaram to Pashmina. So option B is the correct answer. National Handloom Day observed in India on August 7th. Consider the following statements about Food System Vision 2050 Prize. Statement 1. It was launched by the USA-based Rockefeller Foundation. Statement 2. Nandi Foundation, a Hyderabad-based non-profit organization selected as one of the top 10 visionaries in the world for the Food System Vision 2050 Prize. Which of the above statements are correct? Nandi Foundation, a Hyderabad-based non-profit organization, as one of the top 10 visionaries in the world for the Food System Vision 2050 Prize. The Food System Vision Prize was launched by the USA-based Rockefeller Foundation in partnership with the other two organizations, Second Muse and Open Edu, in 2019. It is an invitation for organizations across the globe to develop a vision of the regenerative and nourishing food system that they aspire to create by the year 2050. Food System Vision is a story about the future that addresses the following 6 interconnected themes, that are environment, diet, economics, culture, technology, and policy. The notion is that by transforming food systems, following challenges can be addressed: a global population approaching 10 billion, greenhouse gases changing the climate, pollution poisoning soil, air and water. $2 million will be distributed to the top visionaries who will be eligible to receive a prize of $2 lakh each. Coming to this Nandi Foundation. Nandi Foundation is a non-profit organization was recognized for the application of Arakunomics model in the region of Araku, Andhra Pradesh, Wardha, Maharashtra and New Delhi, leading to the Food Vision 2050 that follows an ABCDEFGH approach. What is this ABCDEFGH framework? This framework centering on agricultural, biology, compost, decentralized decision making, entrepreneurs, families, global markets and headstands. So this is the ABCDEFGH framework. Arakunomics is a new integrated economic model that ensures profit for farmers, quality for consumers through regenerative agriculture. So Nandi Foundation recognized for its Arakunomics model. So statement 1 is correct and statement 2 is correct. Option C, both 1 and 2 are correct answer. Next question. Who has been appointed as the new chairman of the Union Public Service Commission UPSC? Dr. Pradeep Kumar Joshi took oath as the chairman of Union Public Service Commission. So option A is the correct answer. Union Public Service Commission is the central recruiting agency in India and it is an independent constitutional body, and the provisions regarding it are mentioned in the part 14. What are the constitutional provisions? Article 312 to Article 322 deals contain elaborate provisions regarding composition, function, appointment, removal, etc. of UPSC. Some important articles are Article 315. What is Article 315? Subject to the provisions of the article, there shall be a Public Service Commission of the Union. Article 316. Appointment and terms of the members. The chairman and the other members of a Public Service Commission shall be appointed in the case of the Union Commission or a joint commission by the President. A member of a Public Service Commission shall hold office for a term of 6 years from the date on which the enters upon his office or until he attains, in the case of the Union Commission, the age of 65 years, and in the case of State Commission or a Joint Commission, the age of 62 years, whichever is earlier. And Article 317. Removal and suspension of a member of a Public Service Commission. And Article 318. Power to make regulations as to conditions of service of members and staff of the Commission. So these are the important articles regarding UPSC. What are the functions of Union Public Service Commission? The functions of the Commission under Article 320 of the Constitution are conduct examination for appointment to the service of the union, direct recruitments by selection through interviews, appointment of officers on promotion or deputation or absorption, framing and amendment of recruitment rules for various services and posts under the government, disciplinary cases relating to different civil services, advising the government on any matter referred to the commission by the President of India. So this is about Union Public Service Commission. Pradeep Kumar Joshi appointed as the new chairman of Union Public Service Commission. Next question. Who leads the committee formed by RBI on resolution framework for COVID-19 related stress? Right. The Reserve Bank of India has announced the constitution of an expert committee to make recommendations on the required financial parameters to be factored in the resolution framework for COVID-19 related stress. This committee will be headed by Sri K.V. Kamath, President of New Development Bank. There will be 4 other members in the committee as Sri Divakar Gupta, Sri T.N. Manoharan, Sri Ashwin Parekh and CEO Indian Banks Association. The Indian Banks Association shall function as the secretariat to the committee. The Reserve Bank had announced a resolution framework for COVID-19 related stress as a special window under the Prudential Framework on Resolution of Stressed Assets in its monetary policy statement on August 6, 2020. So option A, K.V. Kamath will be headed this resolution framework for COVID-19 related stress by RBI. Next question. Who has been appointed as the new MD and CEO of PNB Housing Finance Limited? PNB Housing Finance Limited announced the appointment of the former SBI card head Hardayal Prasad as its new MD and CEO. Prasad will take over from Neeraj Vyas, the current interim managing director and chief executive officer of the company, will step down from the position on August 10. Prasad is experienced in banking, international operations at SBI and SBI Cards and Payment Services. He resigned from the post of MD and CEO of SBI Card on 15 July, which will affect from July 31st, 2020. Hardayal Prasad, former SBI Card MD and CEO, appointed as the new MD and CEO of PNB Housing Finance Limited. The headquarters of this PNB Housing Finance Limited is in New Delhi. What is the tagline? Ghar ki baat. Next question. What is the rank of Reliance Industries Limited in the Future Brand Index 2020? Mukesh Ambani owned Reliance Industries has been ranked as second biggest brand in the world in the Future Brand Index 2020. So option B. The 2020 index is topped by the technology giant Apple. First rank Apple and the second rank in Future Brand Index 2020 is Reliance Industries. Third rank goes to Samsung. And fourth rank is Nvidia. And fifth rank is Motai. Sixth Nike. And seventh Microsoft, 8th ASML, 9th PayPal and 10th rank is Netflix. Future Brand Index 2020 is the 6th edition of the annual brand. The index ranked world's 100 leading firms that are rising while dealing with challenges and how they have fared over the past year. The index looks at PwC's global top 100 companies by market capitalization on record them according to global perception strength rather than on financial strength. So Reliance Industries Limited REL was second rank. Next question. Rashtriya Swachhata Kendra is established in which of the following states? Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurated Rashtriya Swachhata Kendra RSK, an interactive experience center on Swachh Bharat Mission on 8th August 2020. A tribute to Mahatma Gandhi, the Rashtriya Swachhata Kendra RSK was first announced by Prime Minister in 2017 on the occasion of the centenary celebrations of Gandhiji Champaran Satyagraha. The RSK has been established at Gandhi Smriti and Darshan Smriti at Rajghat in New Delhi. So option B is the correct answer. It will introduce future generations to its successful journey as the world's largest behavior change campaign, and it will showcase the core elements of the mission and anecdotes on the journey of the country from Satyagraha to Swachhagraha. It will impart information, awareness and education on Swachhata and related aspects. The installations at RSK will include audio-visual immersive shows, interactive LED panels, hologram boxes, interactive games, etc. So it is an interactive experience center on Swachh Bharat mission. What is the Swachh Bharat mission? Swachh Bharat mission or Clean India mission is a country-wide sanitation campaign launched on October 2nd, 2014. Elimination of open defecation, eradication of manual scavenging, modern and scientific municipal solid waste management, and bringing behavioral change regarding healthy sanitation practices. It encompasses two missions, Swachh Bharat Mission Urban and Swachh Bharat Mission Gramin. Swachh Bharat Mission Urban implemented by Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs for urban areas, and Swachh Bharat Gramin implemented by Ministry of Drinking Water and Sanitation for rural areas. So it will established in New Delhi at Rajghat. Next question. Consider the following statements about TRIFED. It came into existence in 1987 under the aegis of Ministry of Tribal Affairs. Statement 2. It has organized the One Dhan internship program. Which of the above statements are correct? TRIFED. This is Tribal Cooperation Marketing Development Federation of India. Celebrated its 33rd Foundation Day on 6th August. 6th August celebrated its 33rd Foundation Day and launched its own virtual office on the same day. Virtual office has 81 online workstations and 100 additional converging state and agency workstations that will help the team members of TRIFED in working with their partners across the country on mission mode towards bringing the tribal people closer to mainstream development. TRIFED came into existence in 1987 as the national nodal agency under the aegis of Ministry of Tribal Affairs. It was registered under the Multi-State Cooperative Societies Act 1984 and it started its operation in 1988 with its head office in New Delhi. It has organized the One Dhan internship program to enhance the output of the One Dhan Yojana. It has also launched a transformational tech for tribal program in partnership Institutes of National Importance (INIS) to develop tribal entrepreneurship. So coming to the question, statement 1, it came into existence in 1987 under the aegis of Ministry of Tribal Affairs. So statement 1 is correct. And statement 2, it has organized the One Dhan internship program. So statement 2 is also correct. So both 1 and 2, option C is the correct answer. Once again, a quick revision of all these 10 questions. India's first Kishan Rail travelled between which states? So option C, Deolali of Maharashtra to Danapur of Bihar. The first ever state to join hands with Google to introduce Google Classroom and G Suite for online school education is Maharashtra. The National Handloom Day celebrated in India on August 7th. Consider the following statements about Food System Vision 2050 prize. It was launched by the USA-based The Rockefeller Foundation and Nandi Foundation, the Hyderabad-based non-profit organization selected as one of the top 10 visionaries in the world for Food System Vision 2050 prize. Who has been appointed as the new chairman of the Union Public Service Commission? Pradeep Kumar Joshi. Who heads the committee formed by RBI and Resolution Framework for COVID-19 related stress? KV Kamath. Who has been appointed as the new MD and CEO of PNB Housing Finance Limited? Hardayal Prasad. Former SBI Card MD and CEO. What is the rank of Reliance Industries Limited in the Future Brand Index 2020? Second. First rank goes to Apple and third rank goes to Samsung. Rashtriya Swachhata Kendra is established in which of the following states? PM Narendra Modi inaugurates Rashtriya Swachhata Mission on 8th August at Rajghat, New Delhi. Consider the following statements about TRIFED. Statement 1, it came into existence in 1987 under the aegis of Ministry of Tribal Affairs. Statement 1 is correct. It has organized the One Dhan internship program. Statement 2 is correct. So option C, both 1 and 2 are correct. Question for you guys. Today's question is, who is the author of the book Amazing Ayodhya? So write down your answer in the comment box. Answer for yesterday's question is, who appointed as new Lieutenant Governor of Jammu and Kashmir. Lieutenant Governor of Jammu and Kashmir is Manoj Sinha. Manoj Sinha was appointed as the new Lieutenant Governor of Jammu and Kashmir on 6th August 2020 by President Ramnath Kovind. Sinha will be Girish Chandra Murmu. Girish Chandra Murmu. He is the first Lieutenant Governor of Jammu and Kashmir, and he is recently appointed as new Comptroller and Auditor General of India. CAG. So guys, I hope all of you enjoyed this session. Keep watching InfoPuddy and stay update yourself. That's it from this session. Thank you for watching. If you like the video, please like, comment and share, and don't forget to subscribe.